Hey everyone, Jay here with Comic Book Theater, and I'm back for another digital review of Smallville, Season 11, Episode 5, titled Olympus. This is Part 5 of 12. It's written by Bryan Q. Miller, and the art is by Jorge Jimenez. Now, this chapter, Clark, Lois, and Martha, they're investigating the fingerprints of Martha and Bowen's attacker that Diana rescued them from in the previous installment, first 3 chapters. Now, they find out that it belongs to Felix False after Martha does her little Red Queen action on the computers and gets access to some highly classified records. And they also find out that Felix False knows someone else, Director Bones, and they go way back to World War II, where they both were members of a secret organization known as Shadow Pact. Martha says that, Director Bones looks like he hasn't aged a day, so there are questions that are raised, which sends Clark into Superman mode to find out some answers. What else we get is we get to see Bones outside of his makeup, and we find out that why he has it, but we're not sure exactly what happened to Shadow Pact all those years ago. We do know that he was actually False really wants Diana because I think he kind of knows that she's a god. He knows that she's connected to the gods, and he wants that mystical power, energy, whatever. And Diana and Steve spend some time together where she reveals that she was that girl on the island. And looking around his apartment, Diana sees that her pilot actually stayed in Man's world and was with Steve for a while, which Diana didn't like, because she was like, "Are you the reason why my mother never returned?" And he was like, "No, I don't know why she didn't. She wasn't with me the whole time, but she was the first person that really took care of me." And just as they're starting to talk about that, what happens? Bones comes looking for Diana because False is telling him, "You do this or I'm going to basically blow everything up around you." This story keeps adding layers to itself and the Smallville universe as a whole. I really love how original it all is, and at the same time though, it kind of stays true to the comics. Bryan Q. Miller is weaving this fantastic story that the only bad thing about it is that it's not on TV. As I was sitting there reading this, I kept thinking, why couldn't WB have gotten their stuff together and brought this to the TV screen on Smallville? WB has been trying to launch an Amazon TV pilot now for a few years. We've been hearing rumblings about this. I say grab Bryan Q. Miller, get him on board to write it, since he's doing such an amazing job on the comic book with Wonder Woman, that I would love to see him try to transfer that into a pilot for a Wonder Woman TV show. The story gets 4.5 stars. Awesome job. Jorge Jimenez does a fine job here. I would prefer a more detailed art style, but I have to admit that I'm really enjoying this. And I feel like I'm back in the late 80s, early 90s, when comics were a little bit more fun and entertaining. But because it does lack some detail on spots, and I think Superman in this book is looking too much like the comics of the 90s and not Tom Welling, I give the art 3.5 stars. This is a Smallville book, and I think that should be reflected in not just the story, but also in the art. So, give Superman a little bit Tom Welling. It won't hurt the story any, it won't hurt the art any. Put him in there. I say pick this up, and if you're not already picking this up, I want to ask you a question. Why aren't you picking this up? This is by far the best comic to continue a TV show, because it actually feels like you could be a part of the show. This feels like the show never ended, and this is a continuation of it. You could pick it up either digitally every week or monthly in printed form, or you can even do both. And both are actually worth it, because that's what I do. I pick up both. And this particular chapter will be collected in in Smallville number 17. My overall rating for this chapter is 4 stars. I say pick it up now. Okay, those are my thoughts. Now I want to hear what yours are in the comments below. Also, like this video, subscribe to my channel, check out and subscribe to Dark Avenger Inc., check out Comic Frontline, like me and follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I'll include all these links in the description below. So until next time, I'll see you around.